enforcement, internal integrity, and the health impact of narcotics at the local level. In this edition of Hot Issues, we ask what the new administration does about this. I am Keminni Amanor, and in this edition, we direct our questions to the Narcotics Control Commission, the agency in charge or other hearts of Ghana's fight against illicit drugs. How prepared is NACOC to meet this escalating threat? And what must change in policy, capacity, and accountability for Ghana to take back control of its airspace, ports, and the future? My next guest is Deputy Director General of Narcotics Control Commission, Alexander Chum Berima. You're welcome to Hot Issues.
Thank you.
I want to start off with all the activities that NACOC has been doing since, the beginning of the year. We've seen increased interceptions of drug transits. We've seen a number of arrests, closure of, pharmacies that are engaged in illegal activities. Is this a sign of increased drug trafficking incidents, or NACOC is just working hard this time?
I think the answer is what you ended with. NACOC is just working hard, that's all. Because now we are taking the fight to the doorsteps, and that is, I remember, if you recall, I think about a week or so ago, when we were at Bondasi to destroy some huge quantity of drugs, the Director General made it very clear that from July, he even mentioned July, but the operations, as he knows, we've taken it. But we are going to extremely intensify it from July. So NACOC is just working. Now all the various units or departments that were more or less slacking or sleeping has been extremely activated.
There were some departments that were sleeping?
As at the time we took over, I can say yes.
What does that mean when you say some departments?
Well, if you are not actively working as you are supposed to be working, it means you are sleeping on the job. It's as simple as that.
So which of your departments
I don't need to
were dormant?
Them. Well, I don't need to outline them, but as I'm speaking, even the employees who will be watching knows whatever I was talking, I'm talking about. So yes, but now they can attest to the fact that they've all been, awakened, and they are actively working. Intel is active, investigations is active, every other unit or department or whatever is extremely active this time around. And every now and then there's something on the table. Every Friday, for instance, I have my schedules. It's the day that I meet all the operational units under me, that you have very deep meetings to ascertain what has transpired in the week and then plan for the next week ahead. That's how we do it.
So a change in leadership is what has awakened
Of course. A very extreme, and I'm very grateful to the president for the kind of people that he brought to NACOC this time around, led by a soldier who ordinarily was an action person, backed by some two vibrant young men who are also, ready to fight and fight well.
Some have interpreted this to be the new leadership loves the media attention. And that is why we continue to see the seizures and all the work you're doing.
We don't need media attention for anything now.
Okay.
No, you see, you need to understand the work from an angle. When the angle is that we are not working for ourselves, we're working for you. The entire 35 million people cannot come and sit at the Narcotics Control Commission and be working. It's not possible. So they have to delegate, and they've delegated us to come and sit there and work for them. So if you appoint me to go work for you, don't you need to know whatever I'm doing there? You need to know. That is why we always bring it to your notice. By law, as a lawyer, the rules or the ethics of the profession say that you need not to keep your clients in the dark. Ghanaians are our clients. If we keep you in the dark and you don't know what we are doing, will you be happy?
So it's not the case that the new leadership...
We don't need any media attention for anything. When in any case, when we don't report ourselves, we report the events and not the leadership. Do you see our names in the story? You don't see our names there. You see the suspects or the company or whatever person that we've gone to arrest. It's their names and whatever thing that you found out you see, not Chimbarimba's name or Brigadier General Mantis' name.
I see.
So it's not about really seeking for any immediate attention. For us, we don't really need it. But we need to just bring whatever thing that's happening to bear or to the attention of Ghanaians. That's all.
How many busts have you made so far since the beginning of the year?
No, if you say the beginning of the year, I will fail to give you full report, but I can give you from when I got in, or from when we got in.
Okay.
The Director General myself reported on the 14th of March this year. So from 14th to date is what I can speak to. Whatever transpired in our absence, I mean, I'll be privy to it, but I wouldn't want to speak about them or speak to them. But I think since we took office, the Monday after that Friday, we made our first cocaine arrest of about $2 million of cocaine.
$2 million worth?
Yes.
I see.
Of cocaine. We did that. And subsequently, we arrested the 73 pallets, which one will cost about not less than 12,000 USD, so multiplied by 73. And then we intercepted a Lebanese, arrested him at KIA. Among several other foreign nationals, a South African national who was coming with cannabis, and 2 other Ghanaian nationals who were coming with Ghanaian British nationals. Let me put it in that way. They are Ghanaians by birth, but they are British nationals also. They were bringing in cannabis in some kind of large quantities from Bangkok, and they also arrested at KIA, among others. Yeah.
I see. So would you say up to about a dozen busts so far, or maybe more?
No, if you say busts and you are not limiting it to only cocaine, and you are you are incorporating every other arrest that you have made, then you can say that you have made more than 15 arrests.
Oh, I see.
But if you are limiting it to only cocaine, then the number may be minimal, less than the 12 or 15 that I'm talking about.
Right.
But just about a week or 2 ago, we went for an operation in the Eastern region, and that operation, by the time we came back, we had about 15 suspects, about 17 suspects that we arrested, including people who were running certain drugstores or pharmacies that we closed and then brought them as well.
So, I mean, again, for those of us outside of the commission, who try to understand what may be different this time, we, digest the whole, situation at this time as, NACOC at this time is making a lot of arrests. Previously, we were not hearing as many as we are hearing now. What do you think could be working in favor of this administration that is leading you to a lot of these guys?
The president promised Ghanaians of one thing, coming in to serve or to work and work well by himself. And in the local dialect, they will tell you, sir, you did choose and you did munante, which means we follow the steps of the one who is leading you. By virtue of that, or by reason of that, we can't do anything extraordinary or anything different from what our leader, who is the president, is doing. He's serving Ghanaians, or he's serving Ghana to the best of his ability. And that is exactly what his team or his other followers are also doing. So leadership.
Leadership, I see. Let's talk about the drug trade itself.
Okay.
How widespread is it in this country? And I'm asking on the back of reports that we have heard that Ghana is a major transit, when it comes to drug trade. So how widespread is it in this country?
That proposition is not something that I always share.
Okay.
I disprove it, but you see, I also come back with another argument that it is not really our fault, but just because we are a bit disadvantaged because of our geographical location.
Okay.
We find ourselves in the part of the world that we have 3 entries: sea, land, air. Several other jurisdictions, they have only 2: land, air. So if you are not coming by air, you are only entering by land. By land. Unfortunately for us, we have 3, and all these 3 that we have, in as much as we are able to block certain aspects, there are several other loopholes that are not legally created. You understand? So that leads us, or that takes us to a disadvantage point that I was mentioning. That is why you may be finding these things having its way in mostly through other negative routes or unapproved routes. But for that, Ghana is okay.
Really?
Of course.
So the drug trade does not have any roots in Ghana?
Do you know one thing? Most of the things that we get, they are not meant for Ghanaians.
I see.
They are always going out.
So,
but who is having $12,000 to go and buy cocaine, 1 pallet of cocaine, which is like, this? I
don't know. Your intelligence will tell us.
So mostly, they are being packaged to be taken outside.
Okay.
You understand? So I think what happens is that because they are unable to penetrate at certain jurisdictions, They use mostly their very high seas. Get some, let me use the word evil, some evil people who are ready to do evil to go there, get them, find a way of repackaging it and try to see if they can rechannel it to other jurisdictions through air. If they can access those places by sea. You get it? So that is why we find those things sometimes within our jurisdiction. But the good thing is that as we speak, our modus operandi has changed.
Talk to us about that.
Oh, I will not outline all of them. That one, I beg you.
But I mean, in terms of what you are able to share,
I mean, we have intensified intelligence.
Okay.
We have intensified intelligence. So the numbers have increased. And by virtue of that, we are going to be able to reach out to areas that were not even part of the map. When I say the map, I mean the lines or the various gates that we were running. Now we are going to be tackling even those illegal routes.
Which of our entry points is of most concern to NACOC?
Okay, so you see, all the entry points are of serious concern because I can't single out one. Because if I should just close my eyes and look at the kind of intel that I read mostly, it cuts across all areas. That is by land, by sea, and by air. So if I said, oh, we are only interested in the sea or the sea part, it means that you are giving, you are saying that you are paying less attention to the others. But that's not what we have done. From the step that we've taken, it's all the, the 3 gates. We've tried to intensify our steps there just to cover all other angles, including even those that maybe at first we're not paying much attention to. We've done all those things. And like that is, that leads to the point that the Director General made mention of that from July, they're going to see high level of operations.
While you're doing those high level operations, you would be working with people, and it also brings to mind the tight control at our airports and even at our land borders. Yet people are able to get drugs across borders. People make attempts to take drugs through our airports as well. Last year, there was an incident with a Belgium passenger who had been attempting to carry drugs. That's the case. And our attention was drawn to the fact that a staff of NACOC, and again, this was before you came into office, a staff of NACOC was involved in aiding, this trafficker in moving the drugs. I'm not going to ask you to comment on that, but I will ask how you are dealing with internal controls to ensure that internal collusion does not become a challenge or an obstacle in your bid to make things better.
Okay. So we accept the fact that everywhere that you have human beings operating, you may find some bad nuts among them. So I wouldn't be extremely surprised that prior to our coming, such events took place. But now, since our entry in March 2025, we've met employees or the staff. And we make it very, very loud and clear to them. The Director General, when he was addressing them, made it clear that our mandate is to prevent. Where the prevention, I don't want to say had failed, but maybe had not gone on fully, and some find its way inside, we apprehend and prosecute. If any employee happens to find his or her way into any of this, i.e. being a corporate, you'll be treated as such. You will not be exonerated. You will not be an exception. But for you, you are NACOC staff. So if you have done it for you, you are free to go. But Chumbarima is not a NACOC staff, and for that reason, we have to prosecute him to the core. No.
Okay.
So if I don't want to say by mistake, but if any Narcotics Control Commission staff, from junior rank to the senior most, happens to engage in any secret to aid or abet any corporate in commissioning or committing his act, you are in trouble. because you'll be treated as such.
But that is if that person is caught.
Oh.
So no, hang on. It is the case.
So you think someone will do it and the person will not be safe?
Which is where I'm going. That what are the internal controls to ensure that the bad nuts are picked out?
The interworks that we don't do it for only outsiders. We do it for insiders as well. We do it for insiders as well. There is no way we will be focusing more on those who are outside. But don't forget, you see, the game is said that nobody wants to die alone. In most cases.
I don't understand that.
Oh, okay. So, if someone is arrested and narcotic staff was part, your name will be mentioned. Your name will be mentioned. Let me give you an example. Not too long ago, we arrested a custom officer.
Yeah.
We didn't arrest him in the act of doing something. But his name was mentioned as being someone who
facilitated.
Exactly. So he had taken certain steps to get someone visa on arrival, to aid, and once you get that, and obviously when you get to his end, he was going to also do something for you to be able to get out.
Right.
And he was arrested. After picking the main person, his name was mentioned, straightforward. Our men got to him and invited him. And then he was brought to the office to be detained. He's before court now. And he will face it to the end. So if customs is suffering, you and Nako could be exonerated because you're not part. So the advice we give to outsiders, we give same to them. Don't get involved.
Don't get involved.
Protect your name. Protect your image and that of the institution. Just as we are doing so. But we are not there to dirty ourselves. We are there to uphold the name of the institution and in the name of the country called Ghana. So if we are doing so as leaders, you can't do anything different. Rather, to copy from what we are doing.
Right. What is the drug, or what are the drugs of choice that come through this country?
Well, I think lately we are getting a lot of red.
Okay.
Mostly at the Tama port. We've seen or we've seized 80-feet container. When I say 80 feet, not 80 feet together, but I mean 140 and then two other 20s, making 80. So, and you look at the quantum that were found in them, it's quite huge. So, comparatively, if I'm comparing it to other drugs, I can say that has taken lead in the last 3 months that we have been in office.
The world over, fentanyl has also become a big problem. Are we seeing that here in this country?
Our eyes are going round looking out for anything illicit.
Okay.
So we don't just focus on one thing. And that is why now we even go down to those who have been able to get it through back door or whatever negative route and are keeping them in some warehouses, are keeping them in their shops or in their pharmacies or whatever. We are going after all those people. In the coming days, you'll be hearing much of these things, or most of these things. You'll be hearing most of them because we are closely following some people who think they are smart, but they are not.
We'll be hearing more. Why can't NACOC work quietly? Why are you telling us we'll be hearing more?
Okay, so we can decide to work quietly.
Yes.
But if you work quietly and you don't know, what news will you make out of our work?
Do we have to make news out of your work?
So you don't want to know what we are doing for you?
Every time? Every arrest?
No, if you don't want to know, I mean, that is fine. I'm there to represent you. So if you don't want to know whether or not I'm working, I mean, it's fine. We can decide to hide it from you. Well, we can hide it from you, but with that one, we don't care. We can hide it from you without any hesitation.
I see.
But the question is, if we do so, and you don't get to know the cocaine that you are arresting, you don't get to know the heroines and every other thing that we are arresting.
So it's a choice of the new administration to ensure that the public is carried along as you're working.
Exactly, and not to keep our clients in the dark. Because you are our clients. You are our employers. You people have given us a job to go and do for you. Okay. But if the employer doesn't want to know what the employees are doing, I mean, that is fine. You can decide not to tell you.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about red.
That's fine.
We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Intense. Fresh. Long lasting.
Reporting from the Takoradi Market Circle.
From the heart of the Upper West Regional Capital.
From the heart of the Ashanti Kingdom.
Reporting from Sunyani.
From the Central Business District of Navrongo.
The parliamentarians are on recess.
This is where it all unfolds. The moments that potentially alters the course of our nation and the world. These are the individuals we recognize, the voices we amplify, who appears on screen and who contributes behind the scenes. With professionalism at our core, we bring you news you can trust. Impact journalism that makes a difference. This illustrates how diverse perspectives enhance our strength and reinforces our mission. This is 3 News. Leaders in breaking news, exclusive interviews, facts and analysis on TV, radio, online and digital. 3 News, first in
Of Narcotics Control Commission, Alexander Chum Berima. We're discussing issues to do with narcotics control at our borders and internally as well. And again, thank you so much for sitting with us. But I want us to look at the issue of red, because over here at TV3, we covered, we did a whole documentary on how the young men and women out there are getting access to this drug. And, you know, I take us back to the beginning of our interview today when you mentioned that, look, a lot of the drugs that are coming, they're just going through the country. But then at the end of the day, some find their way to consumers within the country. Has NARCOC been able to identify how that is the case?
Okay, so let me first commend TV3 and your the entire team, management, every other person for your commitment in assisting, if not for anything, bringing it to bear for people to see and know the effects or the repercussions that comes with this drug or this red thing that we keep talking about. Well done to you guys. But having said that, it's true that in fact almost every arrest or seizure that we've made on red, we hear only one story. Oh, it's going on transit. It's going to Niger. Oh, it's going to Niger. But the question is, in as much as you can shift things through Ghana to Niger, doesn't mean any evil thing is allowed.
Right.
So you can name it, or you can put Niger as the final destination or point that is going to. However, that doesn't mean that once it's supposed to be transiting through Ghana, it can definitely go through and get to Niger. So those containers that I mentioned earlier on that we arrested, in fact, even the court has given us the permit to destroy them. They were destined to be going to Niger. However, you've seized them.
Okay.
And they are here. Like I said, I just said, the court has given us the freedom to go ahead and destroy them. And we are going to destroy them.
So how come, I mean, despite all these controls, young people are still able to get the drugs like the, red, which is an opioid?
It's mind-blowing sometimes. But, I come to believe what the adage says that as you look for a stone to throw at a bird, it's also, try to find a way to, or a point to jump to. That is how come we are here, because in as much as we are doing everything possible to stop this from entering, some people to look for very negative means of getting it into their, should I say, warehouses or shops or whatever to sell it. But you know one funny thing? Each person or each pharmacy or shop that we've gone to arrest, none of them did we find the drug being displayed on their counters. They are all in certain boxes or whatever, hiding. And they have the kind of people that they sell to. So if you go there, you will not get it to buy. They won't sell to you.
I see. So
if I go there, they will not sell it to me.
So then we could say there is a network, including pharmacies, that are trading this opioid,
of course,
to young people.
But you know one good thing? Let me again commend the Pharmacy Council. The entire council, led by their president, paid a courtesy call to NACOC. And I can assure you of their readiness to assist us in closing almost every pharmacy that we encounter. We close about 5 or 6
so
in
far,
Odan and across municipality and districts. When we wrote to the Pharmacy Council, they've responded, acknowledging that they are ready to close down all those institutions. They just need some further details from us. And once we provide them by Monday, they are going to close down all those pharmacies or drugstores.
I mean, is it that this red drug is not necessarily sold on the streets by street people, but they are actually getting it from the pharmacies? Is that the case?
So some pharmacies or drugstores are selling them. Some pubs are also selling them. And then we are reliably informed that this, how do you call those people? I don't know whether they are Burkina Faso or the old guys. You see them carrying some baskets. They are selling. They are walking around the streets selling. I'm told they sell some. So these 3 points are those that we know on record.
Okay.
And most of them, I mentioned pubs. You'll be surprised if you say now, why would they be selling red in a pub? Because technically it's supposed to be a drug. So you should be finding it from either a pharmacy or a drugstore. But you find we've arrested some pub operators who are into that.
How many of such?
In terms of the persons, we have 4 people that we have arrested. But in terms of the locations, we have one in Takoradi, Efiekuma, and then one in Akosombo, one in Atimpoku. So 3.
I see. There appears to be a lot of focus outside Accra. Is there a reason for that?
No. You see, the intels that we are dealing with are a lot.
Okay.
But we don't just strike you because we inform you today that you are dealing with it. We take time to work on you. So your day of reckoning will be coming, definitely. You are definitely on the timetable. We will get to you.
Okay.
So it's not just about you hearing maybe just Accra. I normally mention those people, because they are the ones that currently we have them in our nets.
Yeah.
But there are some areas or some locations very close to you in Accra here as to where we are even certain that we have also, noticed them. Okay, no, there was even one guy from Fadama that we picked. He was also dealing in red and other, narcotics.
So he's a street peddler. The person you picked at Fadama.
No. He was not a street guy. He has a particular spot, a location that he operates from.
Okay.
He's not just working on the street, no.
All right. So for those who are not registered businesses, like the third set of people who trade red that you mentioned.
Okay, as in those working on the street.
Yes, the peddlers.
The peddlers, yeah.
How is NACOC apprehending and stopping that?
Since we took office, we've not arrested any of such people. But our intel guys are closely monitoring such people, because once we get you, immediately we stop you and then search you of things that you are selling. If you find you to be having any of these things that we are talking about, we are going to arrest you. Based on your intelligence, where do those peddlers get their drugs from? They get it from some so-called pharmacists or pharmacists who have brought them or who have them, but they are having it in hiding. Is the pharmacy or our pharmacies at the top of the chain when it comes to the network of red trade or the trade in the drug range? They are parts. Okay. But there are some other individuals who are also behind these people doing that. I'm saying they are part because not too long ago we had an arrest. There was one of the containers that I mentioned earlier. A pharmaceutical company's name was used However, when we arrested or when we seized the container and we approached this company, they claimed not to have any idea about it.
Okay.
They wrote to us, showed their readiness to assist us in doing our investigations, to confirm that they have no hand, they've not made any such order from India. No, it was even from Kenya. The very first 40-feet container was from India. There's one that I made mention to is from Kenya. And that is expected from Kenya to Ghana. And this company said they had no idea, they don't know how come their name got onto the bill of lading and every other document indicated that they ordered it to be, to be shipped to Ghana. I
see. So then it means that consignment has no owner. Or in terms of origin.
If it was allowed to exit the port, the owner would have definitely showed up.
Have you been able to track some of these beneficial owners? Some of these owners who are at the top of the chain with the pharmacy? Okay.
We are working on most of them.
It's important that if we would want to break the trade, that we get the source. Do you think that NACOC is close to or is closing in on the sources of opioids in this country?
You see, I would say yes and no. Yes and no because, one, take for instance, those that are supposed to be coming or that are mostly coming from India. You pick a sachet of it or a box of it, and then you just read made in India. And the unfortunate part is that it doesn't tell you TV3 in India made it. Or with this particular spot in India, city or state or region or whatever, that thing was manufactured from. They just name it made in India or tag it made in India. So it will be difficult to trace that very source and deal with.
No, but how about those who are here? Those who are receiving it here?
Yeah, so I'm coming to that point. So on that external point, where we can link with other sister agencies abroad or in those, jurisdictions for them to trace those companies and deal with them, that is, for those ones, we have some kind of difficulty. However, when we come to Ghana, the items find its way to the port, yet to be cleared. Now, what we are trying to do is that we will pick up any freight forwarder, or as they normally call them, agents, who will be leading in clearing or facilitating this container. You are going to be arrested. The reason is that you are the first one of court to be arrested because you know who, through you we can know who gave you that job to do.
I see.
You get it?
I see.
Yeah, because if we can see the reality, because they are saying it's going to Niger. We don't know who is in Niger that is ordering it. But somebody gave you that job to pay you to help the container to
transit.
Exactly, to transit. So for that reason, you need, once we arrest you, we can get to the root cause.
I see.
And now that's what we are doing. So you reckon that the 73 pallets of cocaine that we arrested at KIA, we arrested 3 freight forwarders, plus the main sender.
Okay.
You get it now? Good.
Right. So you've made a number of arrests. If I'm counting, it will be over 20 at this point.
Yeah, I think so.
Because in the Eastern region incidents, you said you picked up about 15 people.
Yes.
In that one.
They are all going to court next week.
I see. Let's talk about the processing of people that you pick for working within the circles of illicit drugs, right? How quickly do you get results?
In terms of their prosecutions?
In terms of their prosecution.
Okay, so, criminal prosecutions doesn't just come by a twinkle of an eye. It takes some kind of time. And so, on our part, we've met the AG, and we've made him understand the need for us to be able to fast-track our cases, especially when we don't have enough cells to be keeping most of these aspects, especially when you decide to make arrests almost every week. And decide to even strike one region at a go. We can't have enough space to keep them.
Right.
So the AG has assured us in terms of the fast-tracking point. We are also hoping that very soon we will get our own court to be dealing with our cases, which will in a way fast-track most of our prosecutions. Because, not all judges are deep with narcotic issues. There are some that have been privileged to have been trained under the UNODC angle, that they've gotten some kind of in-depth knowledge about narcotics cases. So if you happen to find yourself in any of them, sometimes the things goes faster. But those who are not very familiar with it, they handle it, but it may not go the way you want it. But in all, the judiciary hasn't shown any kind of how do I even put it? I mean, they've not become an impediment so far as our cases are concerned. No. All our cases that we have put in before the court, none of them have been thrown away that, oh, this one does nothing. I mean, I've just decided to put to go. They are all currently standing trial before court, excluding those who are yet to appear from next week. So on that part, I would say we are okay with the judiciary. On the part of our lawyers too, yes, so far so good. So in terms of prosecutions, I can say that we've not had any challenge or any peculiar challenge since we took office.
Since you took office?
Yeah.
I see. The world over, in the fight against illicit drugs, a lot of governments are moving away from going after people at the lower chain, because they want the big people. They want they want to go after the source. In narcotics operations, are we going to see NACOC now go after the source instead of people at the lower level of the chain?
We so far as our operations are concerned, we leave no stone unturned.
Right.
Every time, once you are part of it, we take you on. Even if you are the driver driving the items, we can't let you go. So every other person is involved. Those who were bagging it, those who were packaging it, the one who brought it, the one who linked you to it, every other person will pick you. I
see. Now, when you were talking to us earlier, you mentioned how you are planning, or you already have in flow, stopping the import. Is that the word? Yes. Oh, yeah. Stopping the import of opioids like red, right? But once they have made their way into the system, I hear you also talk about how surveillance will be going after this.
That is why we are going. I mean, we are taking the fight to their doorsteps, as in those who have been able to get it or secure it. We are not taking the fight to their doorsteps, trying to get some, we buy some, to confirm that indeed you are having it.
So you are going undercover to do that.
That is how we have been doing now.
Yes. So here's where I'm going with that. Do you have enough men and women to be able to cover the entire country?
Currently, we have covered the entire country because we have commanders. We have our regional commands in all the 16 regions, except the district that we are not operational in all. But even with that, under this leadership, the Director General has taken some very bold steps, to the extent that as we speak, from July, we are going to have not less than 20 other districts coming into operation.
I see. So you're getting more hands.
Oh yes, we are getting more hands.
And this is meant to make surveillance better, improve surveillance.
Of course. And they are more often. They are mostly, intelligence-led. Districts.
I see. When we come back, I'll find out from you how NACOC is working with other agencies locally to ensure that the use of a drug itself is also checked once it gets into the hands of individuals.
Very well.
Don't go away.
People's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come.
It's on Super Sports all season long. Pay your subscription today.
Welcome back. It's still Hot Issues here on TV3. I am Keminni Amanor, and I'm sitting with the Deputy Director General of Narcotics Control Commission. We're looking at the fight against illicit drugs in this country. And at this point, we would want to discuss the individual use of the drugs. And so, lawyer, once the drugs get to individuals, how is NACOC working with other agencies locally to ensure that the use of the drug itself is also checked?
So we are doing that mostly through education.
Okay.
So we have a full directorate called the DDR, Drug Demand Reduction Directorate. And they work hand in hand with some CSOs who are into rehabs, who are into counseling, who are into the education bits every now and then. But I think even last week I saw 2 other invitations or letters being written to us from some groups, one in Greater Region and another in, I think, Greater Accra, asking for NACOC support, or trying to collaborate with us to be able to get people move away from the use of this kind of drugs. And again, let me state this: the use of tramadol is permissible. However, the law or whatever permits only 50 milligram and 100, and that must be by prescription by a physician. So any other thing that is above this is not permitted to be sold.
And what are you seeing?
But what we see mostly on the market illegally, 225 milligram, 150 milligram, 250 milligram. So these are challenges. And you know one funny thing, those who sell it, the one we picked at Ifiekuma, he had a kind of, let's say, a story, pub, wooden structure. If you buy the 250, if you buy 1 tab downstairs, it's 10 cedis. 1 tablet. If you go upstairs, it's 20 cedis.
Why? What's the difference?
No difference. Maybe upstairs is VIP now.
Oh, I see. I see.
So this is how people are doing it. But the good thing is that through our education on the media, several media houses have given us platforms. We are waiting for TV3 to give us one.
But you're sitting on TV3.
This one is one-on-one, but I mean the one that will give us constantly. Every week we will come here, just even 10 minutes to do the education with your guys.
I mean, TV3 is happy to enter a partnership with you. Or you don't have funding?
No, of course.
You have funding?
We don't have it.
You don't have funding.
So
why?
That will be free for us to,
why is it such an important? Why is such an important department?
That's why we are calling on you
without
or
funding.
An agency like TV3, which we know is very well resourced, to at least just on grounds of charity, give us 10 minutes weekly, so that we can do that for Ghanaians to understand the dangers. And that's why I first commended you guys for the good work that you did, or you've been doing when it comes to the education and those documentaries that you have been doing. But I'm sure that you know that not everyone saw the documentary. But if you continue to do it, everybody will get to hear it. So it's something that I know, having said it to you, it will be considered. Thank you very much. So having said that, I can say that our education is something that we will never stop. There are several rehab centers that are in partnership with us.
Yeah.
And we are also supposed to have a fund. By our law, the Act 1019, if you read section 23, 24, 25, 26, it speaks about a fund that needs to be created purposely for expenditure relating to treatment and rehabilitation of a person with substance use or disorder. And this fund, the sources are in 4 modes. One is funds that will be approved by Parliament. 2 will be funds that will be raised from the general public. So maybe tomorrow you decide to donate maybe some 20,000 cedis to us. Why not? It will go into that fund.
I see.
Then 3 will be grants and donations that we may be getting from other partners. And then 4 will be a percentage of the commission, of amount paid to the commission specified under paragraph D of section 20. So, and this fund is supposed to be kept in the particular or specific account. And it must be well managed. And so that was a fund that, if you remember, the Interior Minister made mention of during
the World Drugs Day.
Passing out, and then the Vice President also made mention during the World Drugs Day.
I see.
Yes.
And so this fund, would you say has been operationalized now?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
That's why the minister and the minister said that he's going to ensure that we kickstart it as soon as possible.
I see. And this will be helpful in your campaigns.
Of course.
And rehabilitation efforts.
Yes.
I want us to talk about those rehabilitation efforts because then, how helpful would you say decriminalization of drug abuse will be to your work?
No, it will not be that helpful if we say that we've decriminalized it. Because
the abuse of it, I mean, at the individual level.
Look at something.
Okay.
Cannabis, for instance, very soon, well, it's been legalized, but it's going to be, operationalization is yet to take effect. So very soon we are going to legalize it, and we can allow 0.03% to be made available for industrial and medicinal purposes.
Okay. When will that law be operationalized?
We are waiting for a portion from Parliament that needs to be approved.
All right.
It's yet to come out. So once we are through with Parliament, we can kickstart it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this an ally of sorts that you are waiting on?
Yes.
Okay, to be able to operationalize the law that was passed. I see. And you're saying there's only 0.3%.
0.3%.
Which means it's a very small
that is for
allowable percentage.
Good.
Okay.
That is the THC.
The THC, yeah. Now,
those that they plant for recreational use, you can test one. There are some machines that you can use in testing. I went to Malari not too long ago, and they were on the field. They can test one. They just go to the plant, take the flower, and put the machine on it, and it will give you the THC level. You can find some which is about 35% THC. Extremely high.
Very high.
If you are to permit this to be used and say that, oh, it's no longer illegal to be using it, people will turn this reasonable thing into an unreasonable act. And before you realize, the recreational use has just gone out of hand. Even now, that is still illegal. There are still people with impunity, they are planting it in huge numbers, large acreages. We have been telling some of them that will be striking very soon. Okay? So, allowing it on a wholesale will be a danger.
Let's look at the cannabis law for medicinal and industrial use. You say it will be operationalized soon. Do you have any timelines you're working with?
The timeline, I pray and hope that Parliament will be through with us by at most September. At most September, yeah. If they are able to, there are some of the things you don't really have control over it. And once everything is done and is laid, it needs to take 21 parliamentary sitting days to be able to come out.
How will that law, while in operation, change how NACOC works?
It will give us enough funding to be able to resource the institution most.
How will it give you funding?
Because we are going to issue licenses and permits, among others, to people.
Which people will pay for?
Exactly. The fees and charges are part of the things that are before Parliament or that are going to Parliament. So once we start raising our own in IGF, it will help the institution very, very much. Because now, looking at the time that we took over, the institution was really under-resourced. Extremely.
Okay.
Even cars. Some of the regions didn't have cars. Those who have two, their vehicles are broken down, among others. So it all boils down to funding. If government is unable to raise funds and resource you, how do you resource yourself? But we can only do this if you're able to get our own IGF. So I believe very well that once this thing, takes off, we will be okay to run our own affairs, even if government is not coming to our aid.
Are you well funded now?
As it stands now, it's by government, official budget. And that is, based on percentage that it is being given. And so I can't say that we are okay, because there are a lot of things that we have on our table that we need to, get. We need more dogs, among other things. The sniffing dogs, we need more.
How many do you have now?
I think we have about 15 or so.
Yeah. And how many more do you need?
I'll be happy if you even have like 50.
Why?
Yeah, so that we can take some to other regions.
Okay.
Because now we are only in Accra. Let me give you an example. When Hajj was ongoing just some few days ago or weeks ago, we needed to be in Tamale Airport. We have to take dogs from here to Tamale Airport.
Okay.
To go and do sniffing and of all the, baggages that they were, luggages that they were taking to
out.
Yeah, out. But the question is, should it be so? If we have enough, we have our K9 unit in Tamale. So that if anything is happening at the Tamale Airport, they go there and do their own scannings or sniffings. But because we don't have that much, we have to always transport them from Accra to Tamale and bring them back at the same time.
I see.
And they get tired. And you know one thing about the dogs, that once they get tired, they are unable to work the way you want them to work. So I'll be glad if we have not less than 60 of these dogs, so that we can be running them. If this one is tired, you keep it. You can go with another one. And then other areas or regions, especially Tamale, Takrady, among others, Kumasi. Now that we have an international airport in Kumasi, there should be a K9 unit in Kumasi.
I see. I mean, while we're on the subject of cannabis and the law, do you see it blurring the lines in terms of who NACOC is able to go after? Because remember, then cannabis will now be cultivated for industrial and medicinal purposes.
It will be highly regulated.
Okay.
You will not just be planting.
Okay.
You will not just be planting. Even the size of land that you are going to plant on must be certified by NACOC.
Right.
So if you are permitted to plant on, let's say, 2 acres, you can't do even 2.01 acres or acre. So the amount you paid for or the number of acres that you paid for is the only limit that you can go.
So there'll be tight control.
Serious one. Even the transportation. When you are done with everything and you are at the point of transporting it for export at let's say Tama Port, and let's assume you are bringing it from let's say Uti region, and you are coming all the way to Tama or to Accra. You can't just put your things in a car and start moving. No. You need a certified transporter, and it must be escorted by our armed men. So you pay for the escort. You pay and then you pay the transporter also. If you don't do this and you do it on your own, you'll be arrested and prosecuted. So it's not like because you're going to legalize it, you can just get up and start doing something. No. No, there are so many, there are different kinds of licenses that you are going to issue, and if you are not certified to go into one and you try it, you'll be arrested and prosecuted.
I see. Then it also means that NACOC will have a lot of work to do. Do you have the tentacles to be able to spread?
Recruitment is something that is not ended in NACOC. We've just graduated or passed out about almost 500 cadets and then recruits who are now officers of the institution. Definitely, I know the president will be giving us the fiat to go ahead to do more in the coming days. So we have enough men for all these operations or the actions that I'm talking about.
I mean, so outside of the K9 unit, the funding, the staff resources, which you say that you're already working on, what are the other challenges that make your work difficult?
The institution needs more vehicles. And on this note, I can commend the president through the interior minister. We've had some support in the last few days that we came into office. We've been in office for less than 4 months. But within this short period, His Excellency through his Minister of Interior or for the Interior, we've gotten about 8 vehicles within the last 3.5 months. Yeah. So let's assume that if within 3.5 months we've gotten 8, in 4 years, how many will we be getting? So the more we get these things, we can resource our regions, our districts, so that they can operate efficiently.
I see. Now, we have entered officially the second half of the year. If you had all that you require, what would you say are the top priority areas that NACOC would look into?
We will
if
look
you
at
had the autonomy.
extreme prevention of narcotics.
Okay.
That would be a key thing. Because if you look at this year's theme for the World Drugs Day, prevention was key. Or investing in prevention was something that even the UN or the world, I mean, the entire world is looking at.
Absolutely.
So it's one thing that we will not lose track of. It will be one of the topmost priorities that we will be focusing on.
What does prevention look like?
It's quite challenging. But it's all about being committed.
Okay.
And if you are, like we are, we can definitely get it done.
And when you say prevention, you mean ensuring that the drug does not even get to the shores?
Yes. And those that get to the shores will not exit.
Will not exit.
Because once we are able to block, let's take for instance, those 80, 40 and 20 feet of containers that I mentioned, they were able to come into the country. But we have stopped it at the port. By virtue of that, we've blocked a huge number of people from getting access to this one. Because imagine having 40-feet container of red. Can you imagine how many tablets are inside? And how many people were going to use them? Serious number. But by blocking it, it means that all those people who are going to have access to them will no longer get it. And that I'll be very happy.
I see. So tell me, all of these seizures, these pharmacy closures, but particularly the big seizures that you're making, like this, you say 80 feet.
80 feet, because it's not 80 feet together, but 40 and then 20.
Absolutely, I understand that. Have you been able to get to the owners in any of your bus?
All these three, summing up to 80, from what we saw, they said, the document are showing that they are meant for Niger.
Niger. So there were no owners locally.
That is how they are. That's how we are made to believe.
When you say that, it means that NACOC does not believe that there are no owners locally. Is that the case?
For me personally, I don't believe so.
You don't believe so?
Because I know that once the thing gets out, you will find someone getting in contact with it. That is why I would believe in stopping it at that point, and then it will not even get out.
I see. Are we winning the fight against illicit drugs?
We will definitely win it.
Are we right now?
Oh, we are on course of. That's why I'm saying that we will definitely win it, because we are on course.
You think we are on course?
We are on course.
But we haven't won it yet.
3.5 months down the line, in our coming to office, we can't say we've won within 3 months.
This course that you are on, is it winning us the fight against illicit?
Of course.
Thank you so much for coming.
Once we don't stop whatever we are doing and keep on arresting, keep on prosecuting, those who say they will not stop, you find yourself in incarceration. And that will serve as a lesson and a point of, it become a deterrent to others.
Thank you so much for coming.
You're most welcome. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Alexander Chumberima is Deputy Director General of Narcotics Control Commission. We've been discussing illicit drugs, trafficking of same, and the fight against that in this country. This is Hot Issues. I'm Keminni Amanor. Next week, we'll see you with another episode. Bye-bye.